Why did they not pick Tenerife, bro? Hong Kong Island is just too small. Like, guys, let's get serious. Yesterday we found out that the island for TDU SC is going to be Hong Kong Island, and yes, I actually mentioned this island before, except I always disregarded it because it just didn't make any sense. But I guess my logic is completely flawed, and it does make perfect sense because KT have chosen it. But before I go any further on into this video, I just want to let you guys know two things. One, in this video I'm going to be giving you my honest thoughts and opinions on the island and all of the details regarding it. Another thing I wanted to tell you is that I'm very sorry for misleading all of you guys, because I did say I'm pretty certain it's going to be Tenerife, and a lot of you, and like literally a lot of you guys, have been saying some crazy stuff. Super annoyed at me, but yo, it is what it is. You take L's in life, and I'm just got to move forward from this one. And of course, I'd also like to say that Hong Kong Island is not a bad location for TDU SC. In fact, in this video, I'm going to go over Hong Kong Island and its possible surrounding areas, which honestly guys, I'm still to this very moment super confused on what this is regarding. This whole video is going to be talking about that directly, but listen, let's still be optimistic. There is a very good chance that KT can execute this very well, and I still have faith in them that they can execute it very well. We're just going to have to wait and see for more information. But let's get straight into my thoughts and opinions. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is you have to understand why some people aren't too happy about the location being Hong Kong Island. Now, of course, TDU 1 featured the island of Oahu, and of course, TDU 2 featured the island of Ibiza as well as Oahu. And when you first announced TDU SC and you say that you're going to stick to the TDU DNA, most of the people are going to expect a large island, because that is what made TDU. That is what a lot of the TDU fans love TDU for, because of its large map. We weren't really too bothered about the immense detail of the map. It was just the driving roads, the driving quality, the ability to go wherever you want on the island. So you have to understand that people that are mad, they are technically justified to be mad at the location, but that's not to say that Hong Kong Island is a bad choice. But at the end of the day, it is true. Hong Kong Island is a small island. There's no denying that. That is how it is. That's a hardcore fact. Especially when you compare it to other games such as the previous TDU titles, which would technically be over 15 times larger than this game's Hong Kong Island. And of course, this also means that it would be smaller than Forza Horizon 4, and it would also be smaller than Forza Horizon 5. And of course, when you're doing something like that, you have to make up for detail, because when you have a smaller map, most likely you're going to make it more detailed. And I'm sure, and I can only assume that that is where KT have done the trade-off. But enough of that. Let's talk about Hong Kong Island and all of the little issues I have regarding where this game actually is, because despite us knowing the location, we still have zero idea where the game actually is, and I'm going to explain that to you guys right now. So let's go. So first, let's talk the trailer. Now in the trailer at the end, it says Hong Kong Island, which up on the screen right now is the Google Maps version of Hong Kong Island, and I'm going to travel around it pretty quickly as we go along. Okay, so first let's take a look at this location in the trailer. We all know that this is Hong Kong Island, and right here is where the off-road area of where you're going to see the Mercedes truck drive around. It matches pretty perfectly, so we can tell that this is obviously in the game. And taking a look at Hong Kong Island, honestly, it has all the features that you would technically want in a TDU game. However, to be fair, the highway on Hong Kong Island alone obviously isn't comparable to any of the other islands I've mentioned, especially when you consider how small it is. But nonetheless, it looks like a very good concept, and I assume that KT are doing this change in the TDU DNA and kind of like revolutionizing it, or kind of improving on it, or modernizing it. And I guess in today's world, people are most likely going to want a more detailed map with a trade-off of size, which again kind of hurts the long-term TDU fans, because at the end of the day, a lot of us were expecting a larger map. That isn't to say Hong Kong Island is a bad choice, that's just to say, hey, it's small, but it can still work. And you also have to understand that basically how they're talking about this game is that it seems like there's going to be a ton of activities all around the map. And of course, when you have a smaller map and you have a lot of a more dense map with a lot more features and a lot more areas that you can actually go to, it kind of makes a good trade-off. So with that being said, Hong Kong Island, especially if executed well, may actually be a very good choice, especially when you add the fact that a lot of people have been asking for an Asian culture island, including all the Forza Horizon fans who obviously are currently pretty mad that Forza Horizon 5 is in Mexico and not Japan. Which, by the way, fun fact, I'm sure you remember the early leaks about Forza Horizon being in Hong Kong. Well, why would they not do it? Because here we have a 1-to-1 scale, which I'm sure a lot more people would prefer rather than Playground Games and Forza Horizon's recreations instead of going the 1-to-1 scale route. But here are the issues that I have. In the trailer, one of the areas that are included in the game is a huge shipping port. And of course, I teased this image to you guys a few weeks back. However, the issue that I have is that this picture made me believe that, hey, we're actually going to be on Tenerife or Gran Canaria, simply because of the fact that there is no shipping port on Hong Kong Island at all. You can even search for it yourself. There's literally no port. However, where is the port that also kind of aligns to the in-game place? Well, across from Hong Kong Island is obviously Hong Kong. And with that being said, they have a shipping port which literally matches the same place in the trailer. But hold on, Hong Kong isn't an island. So where are we actually going to be playing this game at? Well, here's another thing to blow your mind. On the website, you can see this image on the screen right now. And you're probably wondering, yo, there isn't a road that leaves Hong Kong Island. Where is this? Well, let me show you something super crazy. So at the moment, we all know for certain that this game is going to take place on Hong Kong Island. We do not have anything else confirming that we're going to be able to travel outside of Hong Kong Island. And obviously, I'm sure since Katie showed these things, I sure would hope it'd actually be in the game at some point, because obviously that would technically be false advertising. I don't want to like say that, but like technically that is what it means, and it is what it is. But if you take the bridge outside of Hong Kong Island, you will get to Hong Kong. Now if you follow this road on the western side, going through the port, going through the tunnel, you're going to end up going here in Latau. And if you decide to leave Latau, you will end up going to the Hong Kong International Airport, which again sure makes sense, because also in the trailer you can also see in this shot that there is an airport sign on the highway. So again, it is possible that we could actually go to this location. But hold on, if you keep on going, you will see this, which is what I'm pretty certain is the largest bridge in the world, with of course a tunnel to top it all off. And this, we cannot lie guys, if all of this is in the game, then listen, TDU SC has the potential to be super great. And I only pray that KT know that a lot of us are asking for a larger map and hopefully a bigger area for us to explore. And with roads like this on a larger scale and places like this on a larger scale, Hong Kong Island low-key might be better than Tenerife and Gran Canaria. I'm not gonna hold my lip on that, but listen, if executed well, which by the way, especially with ray tracing, because I assume if KT do put that in the game, having neon lights, having night shots all over the place, especially if the game looks very good, would work very well in their favor. So I still have faith in KT that they can pull this off. I'm sure there's a ton of talented team members working very hard on the game, and I can't wait to see actual gameplay and more about it. But let's get back to this bridge. So like I said, this bridge is super massive. It turns from a tunnel, which so that obviously ships can pass through it, and then it turns into a bridge. Now this bridge spans the whole entire way until you get to this place here, which is called Macau. And you're probably gonna wonder, okay Alex, but where's the evidence that this area is going to be in the game? Well, I really do hope that KT meant this when they put this on the website, but this little area right here with this little bridge traveling outwards with the two cars, the Aston Martin and the Range Rover driving on it, looks very familiar. And of course, it could be just a recreation, but what are the odds that they decided to recreate something similar with, by the way, the Solar Crown Hotel, which I'll get into that a bit later. But this Solar Crown Hotel would take place right in the middle of this, which is currently known as the Parsa do Amaral Plaza. So I assume that they would replace this with the Solar Crown Hotel because it is there, and this is not on Hong Kong Island. Which, by the way, I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably thinking, yo bro, Alex is spitting nonsense again, I don't want to hear him after he said Tenerife is wrong. But hey, let's just be honest, it definitely does look like it. But at this point in time, I'm definitely not confident in what I'm saying, so I'll let you guys decide on what you want to take, whether you believe this or not. It does look familiar, and I do think that this could be the Solar Hotel. But like I said, I don't want to like hang myself on that anymore. I'm not confident. But when you think about it, TDU was about the rich lifestyle, the social lifestyle, and honestly, a map like this does suit TDU very well. And like I said guys, can't jump on the train saying KT, we hate this, we hate that. I'm not gonna buy the game anymore. I'm not hyped for TDU anymore because listen, there's still a very good possibility. In fact, I'm sure it will end up happening. This game still has the potential to be good. I'm just going to have to wait and see for more gameplay. But if we backtrack to the area by Hong Kong Airport, you can see it is a ton of off-roading areas, a ton of hilly areas, so it's pretty possible that this may be in the game. But like I said, backtracking all of that, we were already told it's Hong Kong Island, and whether that be at least at launch, then I guess that could be it. But I should also let you guys know, in the dev interview, they did say Hong Kong and not Hong Kong Island. So again, it's honestly more questions than answers at the moment, but I just want to stay on the safe side and say that 100% it's just Hong Kong Island, and whether that be only at launch or post content DLC, I'm uncertain, but for now I'm just going to say it's Hong Kong Island. But let's also talk this. Now, huge shout out to Danny_H7 on Reddit, which by the way are TDU3 for all of your Reddit TDU SC news. But he said that in the trailers, the cars are seen driving under an array of neon lights, and 3 of these signs are linked to businesses in said area. And you can see right here, obviously one of them being the 98C sign, one being what looks to be a Visa place, and the other one being what looks to be a bank. So it is all there, and I do hope that if this is what it means, 1-to-1 scale, and they're doing this accurately because the map is that much smaller, I'm all for it 100%, and I still have faith that it will be done well. But of course, this area is neither on Hong Kong Island as well. This is actually on Hong Kong, not Hong Kong Island. So that's even more of a reason to make us believe that it isn't only Hong Kong Island, but it's actually Hong Kong as a whole and the surrounding area. Maybe you have to unlock these areas as you progress through the game, which would make a lot of sense, honestly. But again, honestly, this is all speculation. Nothing is confirmed. The only confirmed thing is that we will be playing this game on Hong Kong Island as of yet. But let's also talk another thing that you guys are very disappointed about, and that's because you think there won't be any other houses or dealerships in the game. Now hold on, because I'm not sure where this first started from, and I mean, they haven't actually come out and said officially that there will be houses and there will be dealerships. But let's all be honest, Alan is on the game, and they did say they are listening to the community, and houses and dealerships are one of the 2 things that made TDU the game it is. So I highly doubt, and I really do hope and pray that KT listened to the community and still include these things in the game. I mean, who is to say that there aren't any other houses outside of the Solar Hotel? Which, by the way, the Solar Hotel is shown here on this location on Hong Kong Island. But of course, on the website, you can see this picture of the Solar Crown Hotel, which I've already told you guys is most likely in Macau. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see for more information. But to sum it all up, guys, honestly, I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad. The game hasn't been ruined. There's still a chance that KT can actually execute this very well, and I'm sure they will, and I do have faith in them even up to this moment. And honestly, the only issue I have is that they need to be more clear on what the map actually is, because it makes a huge difference between saying Hong Kong as a whole, including Macau and including Hong Kong Airport, or just Hong Kong Island by itself. There's a lot of coincidences. And another one I even forgot to mention is this shot here. You guys can see these cars coming out of a tunnel. Now, I'm not sure where this tunnel is. It could actually be the tunnel that connects Hong Kong to Hong Kong Island. Again, not sure, but we're just gonna have to wait for more information, which hopefully ends up coming sooner rather than later. But Hong Kong Island definitely sounds like a good location, and I can't wait to see more information about the game, guys. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like down below and subscribe for more TDU SC content. And again, I do apologize because I know I misled a lot of you guys, and yeah, it is what it is, bro. I'm gonna have to take my L and hold it in. Other than that, I'll see you guys in another video. I'm out. Peace.